Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all really well. As you can see from the state of my upstairs, we had let the house go a little bit. This was filmed between Christmas and New Year, and this was before I got unwell. So I decided to blitz the house, but we were really busy this Christmas. So I didn't really have much time on each individual day. So this was filmed over the course of a few days in total. But I just wanted to kind of show you what we'd started with, especially the bedroom. The bedroom was really bad, although I've lost a lot of the footage, which just makes me want to cry, but there we go. So the first room I decided to start with was this room. This is Matt's room, and it just turned into a laundrette. There was loads of coats that we'd piled up here. So I just took the coats off for a second, moved his uniform now that it was clean, and then emptied out under the bed, because underneath here, well, the original plan was to store the coats under here, but I didn't end up doing that, so I'll explain that in a little while. But the first thing I did was just take everything out, because there were games under here, there were craft projects, there were batteries, candles, toiletries, loads and loads of different bits and pieces. So the first thing I did was literally just take everything out, just neaten it all up. Then I started rearranging the games and didn't like how I did that, so I do that a few times. So while I'm faffing, I hoover it out, I polish it out, and then I faff for quite some time. I'll let you listen to a bit of music.
I saw the ending before the movie was done. I got thick skin because I've been burned before. I got baggage that you don't know of. Learn the hard way not to trust anyone. I'm not letting anyone get too close. I'm a wild one, I'm alright, love on my own.
So I did originally think about getting rid of some of the games, but we don't have that many. It just looks like a lot more because of the boxes that they're in. So I didn't actually get rid of any of them. Although we do have 3 different versions of Cluedo. I probably need to do something about that. We've got a Downton Abbey Cluedo, we have a Harry Potter Cluedo, and then we have Cluedo Liar, which I haven't tried before, but it looks like a new version. But I tried to kind of keep like all the Harry Potter ones to the right hand side. I've got my Crystal Maze and my Pointless ones at the back. Put Game of Life and Frustration a bit closer because they're ones that we would actually reach for. And then I thought I was, as I say, going to put the coats in the front, and then changed my mind. I found these baskets that I wasn't using on all the little card games, the trivia games, the travel sets and stuff. I thought I'll just organise them a little bit better so they're not rolling around. Then I had a set of these that weren't being used in Matt's wardrobe. So I thought, oh, well, this is where we keep our spare batteries, so I thought I'll break them down. Light bulbs as well. I started putting the coats in here and then just realised it just wouldn't fit. Plus we've got a couple of blankets that we keep in this room, but again I just thought it's taking up a lot of room just for blankets. So then I emptied out the toiletries instead. Took all the coats and just dumped them on the bed for the time being, and then decided to start taking all of the candles and stuff. So the candles, I've gone up into the loft with a whole stash of them that I've got up there at the moment. There's a couple of Star Wars craft kits and Harry Potter craft kits there that have also gone up into my little stash of craft kits in the loft, which you'll see in a video coming up soon. And then I just started clearing all of the washing in this room. So I have decided, I did this a while ago and then I just didn't keep it up, doing sort of Motivational Monday videos. So each Monday just putting up something where I decorate a space in the house, or I clear out a space, organise, clean, whatever. And I was just thinking about doing that again. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. I'm going to do a few videos because I've filmed a few bits anyway. But on this particular day I just had a really comfy jumper on and I was just ready to do it. I was feeling motivated, and that's kind of the point of these videos. This chest of drawers we wanted to move long term, so I took a load of stuff out. I haven't actually fully sorted it out. There are a couple of boxes of random stuff in my room now that need to be gone through. But I was trying to do quick decisions really in this room on this day, because I wasn't sure how long I'd have. And as you just saw by the flash of that drink, Matt turned up with Burger King, so I went down to have my lunch, came back, gave the floor a little bit of a hoover, and then we have a little Kallax unit underneath the TV. Oh no, I polished the windowsill first, but underneath the TV there's a little Kallax unit, and it's got loads of Matt's stuff in there. So what I did with him is I just sort of said, oh, do you want any of this stuff? Do you want that stuff? Blah, blah, blah. And he literally just stood in the doorway, told me the bits that he wanted kept, told me the bits that he didn't, and I just passed him anything that he didn't want to keep anymore. And it was just the quickest way to do it. It's his stuff. It's up to him what he keeps. I never make him get rid of anything. But I had also dumped a couple of 3D glasses and things in there. So that's what we're doing at the moment.
You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken, I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm hurting, right? But cowgirls don't cry.
So just dusting off the front of this Kallax unit. This always gets really dusty, really dusty. And I don't know why, but it does. So just giving that a little bit of a clean, and I think that's all there is for this particular day. Oh no, I lie. I then installed, it's really blurry, terrible focus, but I installed these coloured lights on the back of Matt's TV. I bought them for him for Christmas. We also hung some Star Wars pictures that I got for him last year for Christmas, as in 2021 Christmas, and had forgotten all about. So this room's now completely clear. We just took the Christmas tree box downstairs to pack that away in as well at some point, although that's still up. There's the lights on behind the TV, and then those are the Star Wars pictures that Matt wanted hung, but I realised there was some blinds in the corner, so I took those away first before I finished filming this little room, and then just gave it a little bit of a spray with air freshener just to spruce it up a little bit. And then this is the following day, so had some washing on the landing because he wouldn't let me put it in his room now that it was organised. Excuse me. Sorry, my chest is still really bad. So yeah, just getting all the washing, putting it all away. And I do apologise if I just sound a bit meh. I've had pneumonia now for just over a week, so not really feeling at my best. But for some reason, at 1:30 in the morning, I'm wide awake, so here I am, recording this voiceover for you of me clearing my room 2 weeks ago when I still had energy. So yeah, so the landing just had all sorts of random bits and pieces, some rubbish, some ribbons, some broken hangers, all sorts of bits and pieces. I keep saying that. So I was just sort of shoving stuff, basically. As you can see from my room in the background, it's not exactly the tidiest of spaces at the moment. But we're just kind of, Matt and I just kind of working our way around the house, sort of room by room, and doing bits and pieces at a time, rather than trying to do everything at once, because it's really overwhelming, isn't it? So yeah, I just keep finding that every time I clear a space, I have to clear it again, because then I clear another space and more stuff comes out. So it's a bit frustrating at the minute, but we're getting there. So then I took my hoover and sort of went around all the edges of the carpet. This carpet just looks disgusting. It's so old. It's been there since the house was built in 1990. And no matter how much I carpet clean it, it just never comes out really nice. But there was a lot of mud and stuff that had been trodden through, so I must ban shoes in the house. And then I went into the bedroom. You know you mean business when your hair goes back. Just started clearing up, because as you can see, there is just stuff everywhere. And a lot of this was just because we'd opened a lot of Christmas presents over the Christmas period, and certain things just didn't have a home yet. Some things have got literally just shoved in my room to be dealt with at a later date, which that later date I will regret. But then I took out my clothing from this end wardrobe, put my cardigans back, but then started hanging up all those coats that you saw me take out of Matt's room earlier, because I've decided to sacrifice this small wardrobe so that we have a specific place for all our coats to go. And this has worked quite well so far. They've all fitted in there. There's sort of half a dozen coats downstairs that we leave hanging up all the time. and then these are all sort of the extras. And then I cleared underneath this little bit of the wardrobe. The top bit didn't really need to be done where my handbags and my shoes are, but my toiletries did and my nail varnishes did. But then what Matt and I did on this particular day, we literally spent the entire day going through the wardrobe. So I went through every drawer in both my wardrobe, Matt's wardrobe, all the hanging stuff, cleared it out, cleaned it out, sorted it out. But unfortunately, I didn't film most of that, partly because Matt was trying a lot of his clothes on, so he wouldn't have been comfortable with the filming happening, and because there was both of us in the room with all of the clothes out the wardrobe, there just wasn't the room to try and film it. So unfortunately, I didn't film us going through the wardrobe, but you will see later on in the video just how much stuff has come out of that process. I probably could have cut this bit of the video down a little bit, excuse me, but I didn't. This is now the following day, and as you can see, our kitchen looks like a bomb has gone off in it. We just hadn't done washing up for a couple of days, and for some reason this looks a lot worse than it is. We've also got a couple of bits that I bought from the shops on the floor as well, and there's the dog just looking at me very bemused. So I was just in my Christmas Star Wars pyjamas because, you know, how else are you going to do the kitchen? Grabbed a bag and just thought, right, grab anything that's rubbish, any old food, any packaging, whatever. Just throw all of that away first. And then what I did, excuse me, is got all of the washing up in one space, just so that I could kind of do it all at once in a moment. Washed out my detergent and fabric softener bottles because they were empty and I had the plastic ones out already. Just dried those out and then refilled them. So I've moved on to the frosted eucalyptus, Lenore and bold stuff, the Mrs. Hinch collection. I really enjoy this actually, it's really good. So refilled those, gave the oven a clean, because as you can see that needed a good old scrub. Can't think what we'd cooked the other day, but there was food everywhere. In fact, I'd cooked quite a few different things that week leading up to Christmas. I'm so sorry about the coughing, I really am. But yeah, just gave the oven a clean. It was one of those jobs that looked like it was going to take forever. It took a few minutes of scrubbing, but it definitely didn't take as long as I thought it was going to do. So really shouldn't put it off. Had a load of washing up sitting on the side, so just put that away, and then put away the eggs from Costco. Decided just to give the sink a little bit of a clean before I actually started doing the rest of the washing up. I'd have to clean it afterwards as well because our draining board just doesn't drain very well. But at least I started with a clean sink, which always makes me feel a little bit better. So gave that a little bit of a scrub and then filled my first bowl of washing up water. And then just started making my way through all of the washing up. There was an absolute ton to do on this day. So eventually Matt comes out and starts helping me by starting to dry some of it up, because I think I fill 2, 3, probably more than that, bowls of water whilst doing all the washing up.
I saw the red flags before giving you a chance. I said no, I turned you down before we even got to dance. I have demons that I don't really show. Learn the hard way not to trust anyone. I'm not letting anyone get too close. I'm a wild one, I'm alright, love on my own.
So I did end up cutting out quite a lot of that because you'd have been watching me for like 5 minutes do all the washing up. And yes, Matt and I have matching Christmas pyjamas. We don't have all of our pyjamas matching, but there are a few sets that are. And as it was between Christmas and New Year, we were wearing our matching ones like a pair of losers. But I love it. I think it's fun. And he always rolls his eyes if he puts a particular pair on. And I think, I've got those. I'm going to go put them on too as well. So that always makes me laugh. My sister and her wife actually wear matching pyjamas all of the time. Is that something that you and your families do? You have to let me know in the comments below. And I'm really sorry, I'm going to pause because I'm going to cough. Oh, I do apologise. So here is me putting together our breakfast on this day. So we were having little homemade McMuffins. It's not the same as the McDonald's one. The McDonald's one is a greasy mess and I love it, feeding the dog at the same time. But I found these sausage patties in Aldi probably, and I used to make muffins all the time, but I wouldn't buy the sausage patties again. I would just buy regular sausages. Also just did some potato waffles and some hash browns. So here I am, just having my little breakfast snack. Very unhealthy breakfast, but it was between Christmas and New Year, so I'm allowing it. And then came back in to the kitchen again to now do more washing up, because now we've eaten, and clean all of the sides off. And just unpack. We had some beers and some sauces and stuff that Matt got for Christmas, so just unpacking and getting rid of all the packaging from that. You'll have to exclude disgusting plasterboard walls. As you can see, our kitchen is still not decorated, but 2023 is our year. That's what me and Matt keep saying to each other. This is our year. We are going to get around all the house. We are going to make sure all the spaces are clean and tidy and organised, etc, etc. Finish decorating. It's been a very, very ambitious project, but that's what we're saying we're going to do. The kitchen's now finally finished, so I took out this Christmas candle. It doesn't bother me that I'm using Christmas candles after Christmas. I'm going to try and use them up. And then just lit that one. That was a pine, like a fir pine fir, whatever, candle. It's a really strong one actually, to be fair, so that one smells really nice in there. And the kitchen is now tidy-ish. It would look a lot cleaner if it was decorated, to be fair, but there we go, you can't have everything. My goals for this year are to, as I say, make sure that all my spaces are clean and tidy, to finish decorating. Oh, here's all the rubbish, by the way, from that one room. So I've got 3 bags of rubbish, a box of recycling, a couple of bits on the floor like my calendar even, and that casserole dish. I made corned beef hash the other day and the dish is now smashed. Like, I don't know what's happened to it. I'm really upset. It's my only casserole dish as well, so I'm going to have to get a new one. And now this is later that same day, but in the evening. So we'd gone out for lunch with Matt's parents during the day, came home, and we just still had a few bits out around the bedroom, and we still had our Christmas covers on. So I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to get rid of these. Matt had been talking about our fluffy covers for ages. He loves the brushed cotton ones, so I thought, do you know what, I'm going to change the bed, just finish cleaning the bedroom. But the dog went mad, so we had a good little play on the bed. This is not the most flattering of dresses. Makes me look even bigger than I am. But Chester and I had a whale of a time. I've probably sped this up a bit too much. I might slow it back down again when I add this voiceover to the video, just so that you can really appreciate Chester having the time of his life.
You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken, I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm hurting. Cowgirls don't cry. Cowgirls don't I'm not letting anyone get too close. I'm a wild one, I'm alright, love on my own.
But yeah, going back to the goals for this year, as I say, I'm so overwhelmed, and I'm never going to be a minimalist, ever, ever, ever. I'm just not. I love my stuff. I've got a lot of crafts. We've got a lot of stuff between us. However, we just struggle to keep the house looking neat and tidy, and if somebody just turns up unannounced, we're not ready. We're never ready. Like, I'm looking around at my front room right now. It's 1:30 in the morning, and all I want to do is just start clearing up. But that's just because of I'm not sleeping because I'm not well. I've just got a bit of insomnia now. I hate this Hoover. Recommended it previously on the channel, but it just constantly clogs up, constantly. But we can't afford to replace it at the moment, so it is what it is. Just gave the bedroom a little bit of a hoover, and then also sprayed this room with the Unstoppables. So it may have taken us 3-4 days, but we've got 2 clean bedrooms and a clean kitchen, and this is all of the stuff that's come out of the wardrobe, believe it or not. So that's rubbish. Then I've got a bag of recycling there, another bag of recycling there. That's a bag of packaging, that's a bag of rubbish. But all of those other bags and things that you can see on the right hand side, that is all stuff to either be donated or sold. It's an absolute ton. I'm going to go through the bags. They're just sitting in the kitchen at the moment, the kitchen that was cleaned, because as you can see right now, I'm taking loads of stuff down. Well, I'm actually taking all the rubbish down. Got rid of that. The donations have now been taken down. They're just living in the kitchen. But I need to get rid of them this week if possible. I'll get Matt to do it, because I don't know if I'm going to be well enough, but you never know. So stairs are now clear. This is my pile of stuff to go through. I then found this bag, which is the stuff that Matt got rid of from his room right at the beginning of the video. And then I found one more bag right at the end, which is stuff that also came from the wardrobe. So that is an absolute ton of stuff leaving our house. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope you look forward to the Motivational Monday posts. I'm going to try and be as consistent with them as possible. And yeah, hope you're all well, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!